So you're playing Siege, right? And you want to be a silly goober, a little wacky, perhaps, you know? So here, I'm going to teach you how exactly to become a silly goober. But, I mean, there's not much you can do in the drone phase. Main thing for 1v1s is you're just going to be, like, peeking it. You really want to save your drones. They're really valuable. Because most of the time you're just going to go tuah. And if they go basement,
a bomb must be located and defused.
First piece of advice, shotguns are accurate on all cameras, but one thing you can do if you've preserved your drones is breach here. A lot of times in 1v1s, they are much more concerned with not this area, and they're more concerned with like this wall shut down and getting this rotate open, especially if you're on a good player, so you can sneak up in here a little bit with a hard breacher. You don't have to use a hard breacher, but you can use I don't know, you could use Ram, for example, or like Ash or someone, and you could breach that wall and then wait like 30 seconds and then use a normal breaching charge that you put earlier in the round on this wall. So that wall, you fall down this, you blow up this wall, and then you can crouch walk into attic, and they're gonna be worried about like this wall, right? I guess you could do it with thermite too, and just use a shotgun, which is funny. They're gonna be worried about this wall because they're gonna hear a thermite or whatever on it. Running like a shotgun op on defense, you just stand kind of back, ADS, one shot, shouldn't break any windows. You can do it kind of from this spot, break all the glass. For replay C4s, you can ping any spot. If you want to get that window, you're going to want to be right here. If you want to kill someone in attic, attic is going to be under here. And then right after that wall, I think this is the default plant spot. So if you've got like a C4 op, you're going to want to throw it over here. If you want to defend big window, like you think they're going to run in big window, I think it's right here. That's where you'd replace your C4 for big window. But when you're peeking a door like this, if you lean, and then it's way easier if you bind your mouse button to prone. So, or just a button. I used to use Q. Now I use
15 seconds
my
left.
mouse button for prone. If you prone and do like this, you can see that like whole area.
Remaining.
You can see a guy holding you there. The only thing they can see is your elbow. And when I'm doing this, I'm pressing my prone button. So when I'm doing this, all they can see, I don't have like a friend to do this with, but they can see my elbow and nothing else. Doc is useless because he has no ACOG. Rook is better. He has C4s and the Glock, which is hilarious. The only people with ACOGs are people with like slug shotguns, so Rook would be pretty good for 1v1s. Well, Doc might be better, but he doesn't have his ACOG.
Protect the bombs.
I'd seriously consider using the P90 because it's really fun, and it's a bullet hose. I guess what you can do with Rook, now that he has C4s, is put your thing down, and then you can go and replace a C4 under that. And then all of a sudden, when you're like, oh, they're hackers, when you hear the sound cue of them grabbing armor, boom, detonate your C4.
10 seconds.
Easy round. So some good runouts.
5 seconds and counting.
Right.
You must protect your bombs from being defused by Op 4.
Fan here, laser anyone on this fan, or just hanging around over there. If you take Echo, right, you can sit here and use your drone, go under this door. You can get it for like 2 punch. You can drone under this door, and then when you see a guy run out,
has been compromised.
I don't know if Echo still has his ACOG, but Echo used to have an ACOG. Bam, 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 absolutely laser him. The only thing is you're vulnerable from attacks here, so that's why I'd stand here. You could do it right here, but you're vulnerable from this window. Now, if you know they're gonna breach big window, or you think they are, some feisty little runouts you can do right here. Probably gonna do it. Just swing, throw a C4, whatever. If they're to the left of big window, you can do this one. Bang. Might actually be better. Really, just up to you. You could also run out of that window or peek there, but probably won't work. Sight setup, you're gonna want footholes here, rotate here, preferably a vault on this one. Reinforce that, and reinforce that. If you're playing mirror, reinforce one of these. Put the mirror here, other wall soft, and then destroy this so you can throw your C4 over. Another really cool strat you can do if you're playing Vigil or Roamer, well, really any op, camping in this room, people don't usually check it, and if you just sit here, you can listen for drones, and then if you're like, okay, they're not pushing up here, you can just kind of retake site like you're an attacker. You can also throw an impact at this wall and see into it if you think they're pushing here, and it's just a great room to have. You can play vert here. Now, I want to talk about drop shotting real quick. So drop shotting is one of the best things in Siege because let's say I'm holding you from over here, which is another power position, or if you have a deployable shield, slap that bad boy right here. I think you can get a Kiba here as well, but I'm not sure. If I'm holding here, I'm going to be holding at this height, right? Head level. My recoil. So, what you're going to want to do when you're attacking, so, thing I was talking about earlier, like, okay, he's right there. And then, you're leaning, D, and then
15
crawl.
seconds
You can
left.
either, like, just crawl peek it, or do kind of this, where you, like, halfway peek
10
him and then
seconds to
crawl.
go.
That was too far. That was a good drop shot right there. Basically, he'll see my
5
head
seconds left.
on the ground, and, his probably panic combined with the recoil of his gun, he's
Time
just
limit
gonna
expired.
miss. And you can go for a classic Ash or Glaz rush. Glaz's bearing 9 is insane. It's like having an SMG-11 on offense. It is bananas. Sense is always really, really good. But I'm gonna want to talk about Amaru because her shotgun, stupid amount of range, really good. But you can do anything.
Need to use your
If you
drone
want
to
to use
locate a bomb.
shields like Blitz or Fuse, what I would recommend doing if you want to have fun is putting the shield on your back and then turning around 180 when they go to shoot at you, and then when they seem to run out of bullets, turn back around and headshot them. So that's my personal recommendation. But for 1v1s especially, I would recommend if you're using Amaru, you know, hit this hatch, bam bam, easy does it. I would recommend not playing Cali on this map. They removed a lot of the fun tech from this game,
10 seconds to go.
so, you know, that sucks. But
Insertion
I don't
in
really
5
know.
seconds.
I guess you can just go 0 and play normally, but that's all I can think of for fun strats.
You must locate and defuse a bomb.
You can always go buck and play reverse version where you're below them shooting them. That's going to require a lot of drones, which is why drones are so important. But here's what I like doing with Ash, right? Hopping up on this fan. For destroying barricades silently, you just kind of aim like here under the X. Melee. Melee. Then you're through. Oops. I really like to throw this fella here. And then get out. Right? Use your drone, figure out where he is. Break this wall open. Either bait for kills here. Or you can just hide. I'd recommend probably just hiding and using your drone for intel, figure out where he's holding you from. And then after like 30 seconds, and then very slowly, you're going to want to crouch, like even before you go in the hole. Just like this, you're going to know where he is because you're going to have a drone on him. And then this rotate will be open. Just sneak on through here. And again, you should probably know about where he is. Stay ADS. And then you're in here, and hard vault prompt to get, but if you get on here, break this TV. Get on. Yeah. So you get onto this fan, and then you can break a little thing in the barricade and use an ACOG to just kind of snipe. Spawn P here. So what a lot of people like to do is make a punch hole. Shoot, where is it? I think it's here. No.
15 seconds
But you
remaining.
can make punch holes here and kind of peek that way. But what
10
I would do
seconds.
personally is make one, like, a bigger one up here.
5
To bait
seconds
him into
remaining.
shooting this, and then have another one back here, or vice versa, and just shoot him
You
through
run out of
play. Again, really with Siege, it's about being creative. So you can always do Mozzie. Mozzie is a really fun kit. You can do Maestro stuff. That'd always be fun. Or Valkyrie. Valkyrie would be good, so would Echo. So to jump up hatches. Where you have to but Well, yeah, you can break these hatches. And then just
5 seconds to insertion.
monkeying around. You get scared, just taking sight.
You must
Whatever,
protect your
you've got
bombs from being
locate holes in
defused
one
by
end.
Op 4.
You can relocate just ta-da like that. You can also try hanging on these hatches, but that's a terrible idea. Generally. Or runouts. Good runouts. This is a nice spawn peak. You can just go here, ice that guy. I gotta reload. Okay, more good ones. This window right here. You can shoot out that window, and then, you know, get an ACOG. I'd recommend Maestro from here and get cams and do that. So then you can shoot people going in that hallway. That's very, very common. You can get these, not these two, but definitely this window. You get a nice vantage point. A lot of people know about this, but you can get on that beacon there pretty easy to do that. Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun little spot. So maybe if you're hiding with Maestro, you can open that wall and then just sit on your cams up here. That might be interesting. You can always run out here and here. And then for this spawn, this is pretty much it.
You have been spotted by hostiles. Fall back.
This way, they have a lot of cover. But also, garage is a great spot for runouts. So you can prep these doors or that window.
Spotted.
Right into those doors. I don't think there's many C4 lineups, but you can try making your own. If you're playing Sentry, you can put a prox alarm there. And C4 underneath, and then just play around it when you hear it go off, boom, dead. So that's pretty good. If you're getting active outside, you're probably going to want ACOGs.
Your location has been compromised.
Has really good cover. Shoot up people over there, but that I don't recommend.
Down to 15 seconds.
If you're going to run into this spawn, I'd recommend breaking that window.
10 seconds left.
But it's kind of bad. There's a lot of stuff.
5 seconds to go.
But a lot of it revolves around just audio knowledge. That's also really